Hi, I'm Evelyn Waiwaioli, the director of NYSOD, and welcome to a NYSODcast. These are just informal conversations with leaders throughout the community college world, and today we're visiting with Dr. Steve Van Osdol. He is the president of Walla Walla Community College, and he has been the president with that college for over 25 years. Steve, we're so glad to have you with us.
Very pleased to be here.
You've been in this business a long time. Some would call you a community college icon or legend. As you look forward to the upcoming decade, what do you anticipate are the challenges that we're going to be facing in community colleges?
Well, Evelyn, I think if we look at a very macro level, there's three major challenges that we need to address. In fact, I think we can put all our challenges and opportunities into these three areas. One is safety and security of our publics, whether it be on our campus, which is a very high priority for public safety, in our communities or in our nation. Another challenge is prosperity. A rising standard of living and a decent standard of living for all our population, and a prosperity that is distributed in such a manner that everybody benefits from the economic vitality of our country. And then the third one is sustainability and environmental restoration. We've got some real challenges there, and we feel with the energy crisis right now. So at Walla Walla Community College, about everything we do can be placed in one of those categories. But we've got to have prosperity to ensure safety and security, and to have the resources to move in environmental restoration and sustainability.
When you talk about prosperity, you've mentioned, or just kind of gone around the edges of workforce development. What exactly is Walla Walla doing right now to advance prosperity in your community?
Well, I absolutely agree. The workforce is the key in our nation right now. The National Competitiveness Council just came out with a report called The Skills Imperative, and how we need a strategy in our country for skills development. And community colleges are going to play a very key role in this. At Walla Walla Community College, we added a goal statement to take a leadership role in community and economic development. So we've looked at the clusters that are evolving in our region and tried to develop education and training programs to address those cluster needs. And one of the exciting ones that we have going right now is the emerging wine industry.
Talk more.
Well, what we're doing is moving from a natural resource-based economy to the creative economy in Walla Walla. And our vision is wine, food, and art. If we can develop vibrant programs in all those areas and create industries and jobs and businesses, we know we can attract tourists and become a destination spot. In fact, Walla Walla was just named in Money Magazine as the best place to retire. So we got quality of life migrants coming into Walla Walla that aren't really even associated with any one of those industries. Interestingly, back in 2000, we had 18 wineries in the Walla Walla Valley. That's when we had the dream of creating the Center of Innovation for the Washington State wine industry, called the Center for Enology and Viticulture. And our mission was to teach people to grow the best wine grapes in the world and make the best wine in the world. We've had 60 students in that program. They're from all over the United States of America. We now have 100 wineries in production, 140 permitted, and we anticipate having created 200 small businesses in the wine industry, wine production alone, in Walla Walla in the last 7 years.
It sounds so easy, but what were the challenges you faced to make all of that happen?
Well, we had a dream and no money, and I guess that's entrepreneurialism at its best.
Yeah.
And we shared that dream with public officials at the state capitol, throughout the state, with individuals that had money to invest privately. And we actually raised $5 million in a little over a year to create the Center for Enology and Viticulture. Less than $1 million was public funding.
Wow, amazing. And with that culture that's been created, what's been the response?
Well, the response has been phenomenal for a small rural area that was in decline. We were losing out-migration of population and losing jobs prior to 2000. And since that point in time, and we've done some economic studies of this, we've actually created and had an in-migration of over 1,700 jobs. So, one of the things that Richard Florida says is those communities, those states, those nations that can attract the most talent win. Well, I think we've created a strategy as a community college working with others in our community to attract talent like crazy, and they're bringing venture capital with them.
That's great for prosperity for Walla Walla.
Yes, it is.
When we were talking about challenges, you also mentioned sustainability, putting back into our environment. Talk a little bit about what Walla Walla is doing to do that for your area.
Well, we're very fortunate in that we're setting in the part of the world that has probably as much of its natural ecosystem intact as anywhere else. But a critical resource for us is water, and of course fish. And we all hear about salmon. The salmon is kind of the canary in the cage for the Pacific Northwest right now, and there's a real emphasis in actually billions of dollars being invested in salmon recovery. So we created another center of innovation on our campus. It's called the Center for Water and Environmental Studies. And I think this center may, at the end of the day, have a bigger impact than our enology and viticulture program in terms of the community. We took an idea, a powerful idea, to the legislature here about 3 years ago, and it was such a powerful idea they funded it that session, building a facility on our campus and giving us operating money to add some full-time staff. It's a center of collaboration. It's a place without classrooms, but where everyone involved with water issues now reside. The Confederated Tribes have 3 fish biologists and 4 technicians there. They're a major player in this agenda. The county moved their staff to the campus. The Department of Ecology of the state of Washington has moved to the campus. And we hired a full-time person in sustainability, not just for the college, but for the whole region, how we deal with critical water issues. The idea is to avoid water wars, like the Klamath Basin, and use collaborative approaches where we get to the table and we look for common solutions that we can all live with. So we help create what's called a Walla Walla Watershed Alliance. And this alliance includes tribal membership, environmentalists and water users and public officials. And it's working. You know, this collaboration has given us recognition from the White House. We got a White House Conference Award. It's made our campus salmon safe, so we're able to implement these ideas. Our students are actually involved in applied research. They've installed fish screens and done irrigation efficiency studies. A very exciting area that's going to help us make Walla Walla a more sustainable place.
Steve, you're an amazing leader. Thanks for sharing your vision for the future of the challenges we're going to face, but also sharing what you're doing to tackle those challenges at Walla Walla. Clearly you are collaborating with those in your area and your region to truly make a difference in the lives of students, but also your community. Thanks so much for being with us.
Well, Ellen, thank you for putting on the NYSUD conference and what it's done for faculty at Walla Walla Community College over the years and leadership. It's a very special conference this year.
Thanks so much. For all of you watching, thanks so much for joining in. If you want to learn more about what they're doing at Walla Walla Community College, don't hesitate to visit their website. Thanks so much.